and how all of this is inextricably linked to an astonishing relationship 59-year-old Iris Robinson was having with a 19-year-old man. The Lockkeeper's Inn by the River Lagan. Up and running just 16 months, it turned over almost £250,000 in its first year. Last month, the cafe was honoured in a competition for young entrepreneurs. On the face of it, this was a stunning achievement for this man, Kirk McCambley. He founded the business, securing a lease from Castlereagh Borough Council in 2008, and has established it as a successful going concern. It is all the more remarkable because Kirk McCambley did all this without much business experience and with little money of his own. So just how were these obstacles overcome? The answer is Iris Robinson. She was not present the night of the awards dinner, but she could take credit for the entire enterprise. Iris Robinson met Kirk McCambley through his father Billy, who ran a well-known butcher's shop in East Belfast.
I worked in the butcher since I was about 9, and I've always seen her coming in and out, and just knew her from an early age, through the butchers and through my dad.
The MP had grown extremely close to Kirk McCambley's father Billy prior to his premature death in 2008, and had made a promise to him to look after his only son after he died.
She looked out for me and made sure it was okay, and obviously anyone who's ever lost a parent knows it's an incredibly hard time, and she was there to help.
Selwyn Black, who began working for the politician in January 2008, says Iris Robinson befriended the young man, and things began innocently enough.
There were a lot of trips out. Iris might have described having been with Kirk the previous evening on a walk and a talk, very much a picture of wanting to support this guy.
Spotlight has another source of information in this investigation, Iris Robinson herself, speaking through a body of over 150 texts she sent to Selwyn Black over the last 18 months. It's these messages that trace the development of her relationship with Kirk McCambley.
As for Kirk, he is the other son I would have loved to have been a mother to.
Iris Robinson's maternal instincts soon began to be replaced by more intense feelings, and by midsummer, the 59-year-old had begun a sexual relationship with Kirk McCambley, then 19. This astonishing development meant Iris Robinson was no longer helping her young friend, she was now helping her lover. Selwyn Black was completely unaware of the nature of their relationship at the time. What was occupying his mind, however, were the controversial pronouncements of his employer, then chair of the Assembly Health Committee, on the sexual behaviour of others.
Do you think, for example, that homosexuality is disgusting?
Absolutely.
Do you think that homosexuality should be loathed?
Absolutely.
Do you think it is right for people to have a physical disgust towards homosexuality?
Absolutely.
Does it make you nauseous?
Yes.
Do you think it's something that is shamefully wicked and vile?
Yes, of course it is.
Right.
It's an abomination. How much stronger a word can one use to clarify what homosexuality is to the Lord Jesus Christ?
Iris Robinson was quoting the Bible. Leviticus 20 verse 13 puts it like this: "If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination." As Iris Robinson may well know, the same section of Leviticus also has an opinion on adultery. In chapter 20, verse 10, adultery is condemned in equally strong terms.
The bizarre context was that her husband had gone to Downing Street that day, and if you like, was picking up the reins as the new First Minister. And there really was a sense in which Iris had stolen his thunder.
All this time, Selwyn Black's boss was drawing him into ever closer confidence. She told him about her plans to set Kirk McCambley up in business.
On one of those walks, she came back to describe how there might be a business opportunity and that she was going to support Kirk in this business opportunity.
That opportunity was here on the banks of the Lagan, a landmark project overseen by Castlereagh Borough Council. A new cafe was at the centre of it, alongside a 200-year-old lockkeeper's cottage. Building work was almost finished in June 2008, but the council advertised for a suitable tenant to run the cafe. At some point then she spotted this opportunity. What did she say to you?
Just that she'd obviously heard about a place down there, and I came down, seen it, and loved it, and then started working on my business plan.
But a business plan wouldn't be enough. Kirk McCambley, with only limited business experience, needed startup capital. Iris Robinson had the solution. Spotlight can reveal that Iris Robinson sought and received a total of £50,000 from two well-known property developers that summer of 2008. Two cheques, each to the tune of £25,000, were made out at her behest to Kirk McCambley. How did you get the money?
Two cheques.
Written out to you?
Yes, written out to me. But, yeah.
And what did you do with the money?
I invested it in kitchen equipment, helped get all the furniture sorted, and basically helped us get open.
Kirk McCambley says Iris Robinson then instructed him to give her a cut, £5,000 in cash. Did she stipulate she wanted it in cash?
Stipulated it was cash, and I didn't. As far as I was concerned, that was all above board.
So she'd given you £50,000, and then she asked for £5,000 back. So she gave you £45,000.
Yeah.
But the point is, it was always from her. It wasn't from the developers. Did you know these developers at all? Had you ever met them?
I'd heard of them.
But you'd never met them. Did she tell you on what basis she got the money?
Oh, she got the money to help this young man set up in business. That was the premise.
Money in hand, all she needed for him now was the lease. In July 2008, 6 weeks after Castlereagh Borough Council advertised for expressions of interest, only one applicant met the criteria, Kirk McCambley. The deal was sealed on the 28th of August. Alderman Iris Robinson was in attendance that night as the council authorised the signing of the lease. If it was a triumphant moment for Iris Robinson, it was one she chose to keep to herself.